Lovely good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would be starting very, very shortly, but first I would request all of you to kindly take your seats, settle down, take a moment, put your phones on silent or switched off mode, and in the meantime, while your friends are still outside, request them to also come and join us inside as we are all set to begin this beautiful evening. So come on, let's get everyone in and let's get started. very, very lovely good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? I love the energy in this room. It's kind of like focused, sharp, and literally roaring to get ahead. Is that right? Yes? Then you guys are exactly at the right place. This is where you need to be. Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate innovation, technology, entrepreneurship, and self-reliance. And I think you all are masters in all of those spheres, right? Come on, give me a yay! Yay! Okay. We want to pump that energy a little more as we get rolling this evening. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is also about finding out about some of the smartest innovations by some of the smartest people in this room tonight. I am really excited about that. Are you guys? Yes? Oh my God, that's going to be amazing. So tonight is also about taking this new ride with all of us as India grows, flourishes, and guess what? It even is now on moon, right? So as a country, ladies and gentlemen, this is our moment where business, economy, and global sentiments are at its best. And a lot of it is thanks to all of you, our industry disruptors, our industry leaders, whose indomitable spirit has really led technology to reach greater heights and do some fantastic things with it. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Meghna Kaushik, and it is my honor and privilege to be here welcoming each and every one of you, industry disruptor, to the 18th edition of Deloitte Technology Fast 50 Awards. Come on, let's have a round of applause for that. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to crown the top 50 companies that are reshaping future as we speak across tech sectors. Tonight, we also honor the most innovative and fastest growing public and private companies from all over India and recognize their passion and tireless dedication to really emerge as a leader in the tech sector. This year's awards are also very, very significant because this is where we take tech for good, including diversity and the role of women in technology. Come on, ladies, give me a cheer for that. That is a very, very big deal for all of us moving ahead in the tech sector. And we also are ensuring that tech penetrates across Bharat. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this atmosphere is going to be electric, triumphant, and also very, very celebratory. But while we're here to definitely celebrate the awards and recognize the efforts of each and every one of you, what we're truly here for is to build a community of emerging tech leaders. So tonight, this is the platform we need to be at because we are also in the August gathering of some of very distinguished industry leaders who are right here with us. So it's a great moment for all of us to pick their brains, seek guidance, and really, explore newer avenues where we can take innovation to greater heights. And last but not the least, what makes this evening special? Of course, we've got a lovely band, Oxygen, right here. Let's hear it for them because they will be regaling us through the course of this evening. But more than that, we are also joined by the winners of the last year's edition of these awards, who have got these beautiful experience zones right outside, which I would urge all of you to really spend some time at when you do get the time, and make complete use of it. And let's see where the technology is really taking all of us. And while we're speaking of technology, how can we leave behind the aspect of social media? I mean, come on, I know. None of us like it, but we keep up with it. And tonight we will definitely indulge in all of that, taking a lot of pictures, creating a lot of memories, sharing it with our family and friends. So when we do take pictures, please do remember, every time you post it, use the hashtag TechFast50IN2023. Did you guys get that? Smart, huh? Once again, let's go for it. It's hashtag TechFast50IN2023. That's the hashtag we need to be using to put up all our posts, videos, whatever celebration moments that we want to use and create this evening. So come, without further ado, let's dive into this evening and let me invite upon stage someone really, really special. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce all of you to Mr. Piyush Vaish, the esteemed technology, media and telecommunications industry leader and partner at Deloitte India.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed tech founders and entrepreneurs, honored award recipients, esteemed jury members, honorable chief guests, and all my dear friends and colleagues. Welcome to the 18th edition of the Tech Fast 50 Awards. It's truly an amazing moment for us, and I stand before each of you with a profound sound of excitement and pride as we come together to celebrate some of the most outstanding tech innovations that have happened in the last few years, and each one of you have really scaled up to a level which really means a lot to us. This year's awards, and I truly mean it, this year's awards have been compiled. So I think we've really crafted the awards in a very different manner this year, and this year's awards have been compiled through an award process. We actually have an esteemed jury with us, and I think most of you actually attended a session from 4 o'clock to 5:30 with them, and I saw that it was an extremely engaging session. And I'd actually tell some of the jury members, I think it's time to actually shut it off and move here. So I think really an incredible session. Thank you, Manoj, and the other jury members for really helping us nurture that from 4 o'clock to 5:30 in the evening. Today we gather not just to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of each one of you here, at the same time, but to embrace powerful technology, the prowess that we've actually embraced amongst each ourselves, and the collective journey. And if you look at the theme that we've really built upon this award is Envision, Excel, and Empower. These three letters are not just words. This is the passion which binds these tech companies, which binds Deloitte as we bring these awards to you, and at the same time, the ecosystem around which we've actually cultivated these awards. Can you imagine the impossible to be the architects of the entire future, the creators of future, and the new Bharat or new India, as Meghna talked about? You have moved the dot. When we at Deloitte talk about the fact that have we really moved the dot? And I personally believe that each one of you have truly moved the dot, having been sitting here at this point of time. You have made a mark, and that mark it felt not just in this room, but I think across the nation. And each one of you have really curated a product or a solution which is very, very niche, and it's actually helping build up the Indian ecosystem. You have reconfigured the world, and we'll talk about how the scale-up is going to happen in a short while from now. But truly, you have helped us reconfigure the world for ourselves. And at the same time, undoubtedly, all of you have arrived. I think it's truly a time to actually clap for each one of you to say that you guys have really arrived to be here. But I think what is also important to note is that the world around is definitely changing. And the pace with which it's changing is truly extremely fast. And it actually impacts each one of us. Meghna talked about social media. I think obviously social media impacts each one of us. But the way the world is running, the way each one of us is doing innovations, it will continuously impact not just the society in the urban areas, but across the rural areas and across the pan-India segments. So I think that's what is actually making an impact. And definitely there are a few frontiers to achieve for each one of us. Whether it is how do you envision the future of, I think, we can actually sit back on our accolades that we have today, but I think all of us have a lot of aspirations. What are our vision for the future? How do we excel as an organization? We've done great for ourselves, whether we at Deloitte or for each one of you. I think the whole thing is how do I excel beyond what I've done? I think that's the other theme that we really want to look at it. And last but not the least, how do you empower the people? I think within Deloitte, I think that's something that we really live by. How do we empower our people so that they can take decisions, so that they can be more creative, they can be more risk-taking? I think that's what really calls for a Deloitte Tech Fast 50 Awards. These are broadly some of the central themes that we've built the Tech Fast 50 Awards this time around. I think a couple of things is that in the past, we've actually run the awards where we've had the category of where we've had a ranking of the awards. This time, we will not go with the ranking because I think the ecosystem has really evolved. And I think different tech companies are at different stages of evolution. So what we've done is we've actually curated 15 categories of awards that we will give away this year, and there's no ranking. So all of you are winners, right? Number one winners in each of the categories that you belong to. So I think that's the differentiation that we're bringing to the table this time. Last but not the least, I really extend my heartfelt congratulations to each of the winners. Your achievements are not just milestones, they are beacons for us. They're definitely milestones that we want to cherish. We hope that you will cherish this evening. And at the same time, again, wish each one of you a very, very heartfelt congratulations. And with this, I think I'll actually end my say, and we'll start the award ceremony. I know that each one of you have really been waiting to see how the trophy is and get that award right in your hand. And I think without much ado, I think we'll get on to it and start the award ceremony. Thank you very much.
Applause for Mr. Piyush. What a beautiful welcome that was for all of us. And of course, getting to know a little more about this brand and this evening that we're here for. And of course, we've already seen the beautiful and power-packed brand AV. Okay. Moving on, as we can see, we've got a fireside chat lined up for all of you, which is going to be on redefining our India innovation story, charting growth built with tech. First up, let me please introduce all of you to our moderator of the chat. Please welcome Mr. Manoj Kohli, advisor Deloitte. To tell you a little about him, he is a professional entrepreneur. Lovely, thank you. I would take a few more moments to introduce him. Well, he's a professional entrepreneur and loves the challenge of shaping the industry transformation. He was the country head of SoftBank, supporting SoftBank Group and Vision Fund as one of the largest investors of $15 billion in over 25 AI-focused portfolio companies in India. He supports the CEOs and entrepreneurs to address growth and profitability issues, and he supports them in building a robust leadership team, digitization plans, and a robust corporate governance. Also joining us this evening is a lady in power. Please welcome Kritika Murugesan, who is currently the director, NASSCOM 10,000 Startups. She oversees the operations of NASSCOM startup warehouses across the country and leads the programs nationally to help build and grow startups. She also works closely with various state governments to build the ecosystem for tech entrepreneurs. Let's give it up for Kritika one more time. Come on. Please put your hands together and give the warmest welcome to Mr. Anup Menon, the principal in the investment team. He leads the consumer tech sector. He's building the investor and strategic partner network in APAC, focused on Singapore, Japan, SEA, Hong Kong, Korea, and ANZ. In a career spanning over 18 years across management consulting, family office VC, and leading and managing an early stage startup portfolio to leading a media tech startup as CEO, Anup has donned multiple hats and he's here with us this evening. Come on, let's give him one more round of applause. And last but not the least, please give the warmest welcome to Mr. Mohammad Anzi S., who is the Chief Operating Officer of SAP Labs India, SAP's largest research and development center outside its headquarters in Germany. Anzi oversees business operations across 5 locations of SAP Labs in India: Bangalore, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Pune, and Hyderabad. He has been with SAP for over 15 years and has handled multiple roles across development, consulting, strategic management, and entrepreneurship functions. So, well, I'm going to head it over to Mr. Manoj to take on the fireside chat.
Thank you, Meghna, and welcome to so many exciting friends. I'm really inspired by, these innovations you've done, and I'm sure today you'll be well rewarded by Deloitte. Uh, at Deloitte, we would like to reinforce our commitment to innovation. I think this is our way to reinforce it, because innovation is the future. Innovation is our next generation's uh, very critical for our next generation. So at Deloitte, we will like to reinforce it as much as possible. The theme which we are trying to do today, we don't have much time, we have maybe half an hour. The theme is global scalability of you, of your venture, because all of you have achieved a certain degree of maturity in Indian market. Some of you less, some of you more. But I think your next step is to go global. How do you do it? I really want to help you envision a global journey for yourself. There were times when Tata's, Aditya Birla Group, Airtel did 10 billion acquisition, very few companies. But now there's so many of you. Lenskart is going to Asia Pacific, acquiring company in Japan. Ola is going to so many countries. So many young ventures are going global with confidence, where Indian business model is picking up so well because it's a very unique, affordable model, and Indian brands are going global. So we thought we'll pick up this theme for today so that you can go back with some great ideas about your future. And I'll request Pritika to start and give her thoughts first.
I'll, thank you, Manoj, and thank you, Deloitte, for having us here. A total privilege to be here. Thank you. Just a couple of comments. Manoj just talked about innovation, and I think the reason I think innovation is all the more close to everyone's heart here is because of how much social good it can do and how much social change it can bring and how many human lives it can make better, whether it's in terms of healthcare, food, agri, all of it, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things that why innovation and the need to drive innovation is that much more important to, I think, every one of us in this room here. More than, I just want to take a couple of minutes to, talk about, when we started the 10,000 Startups journey 13 years back, and, there was always a joke that used to go around saying there's a new tourist spot in town in Bangalore, which was part funded by Government of Karnataka, which was our 10,000 Startup warehouse, and anybody who would come into town from other states or from outside the country would, it was part of their itinerary to come and visit the 10,000 Startup, because just to understand what was happening. And of course, we've seen the journey change tremendously over the last 13 years. But, where we stand today, again, I think there's another circle that's come around where, more than a tourist spot, I see any delegation that comes into our offices doing a lot more homework on our startups, a lot more, understanding of what our startups are and solving for the world, right? World class from India for the world, and literally doing so much more homework when they're coming to visit and meet our startups. I think that's a true indication of, where we've come and where our startups are as of today. Numerous examples, and I'm sure the others will be able to give you a tremendous amount of, a lot more examples. But what I would just want to conclude by saying is, one, and this is just from my experience of what I've seen, I think as our startups, we are there, but in terms of how do we prep for our global markets and how do we, position ourselves and put ourselves out there and continue to talk the language that globally we, needs to be saying. I think that kind of a little bit of a prep we still lack and we still need to work on. And I'm just being very upfront because I would think all of you here are entrepreneurs and would understand what I'm saying. And this we've seen at various forums, and I think that back-end prep still has to come a little more from our end. I'll just stop with that.
Anup?
Okay. Thanks, Manoj. Thanks, Kritika, I think. The way I would look at internationalization or globalization is with respect to two lenses, right?
one in the enterprise space. I think very clearly it's been laid out that the technology gap that existed 15, 20 years back in the startup space, where India was always trying to play catch up, that technology gap is effectively in most spaces today almost contemporary, that the changes are happening almost in parallel to what's happening in the developed economies. In some cases, yes, there probably is, but that gap is today not more than 2-3 years, right? So to that extent, it has shrunk. The second lever, interesting aspect here is on the talent base itself. India today has probably the most qualified and trained and skilled labor in the AI space, right? It's a globally accepted fact that if you need to build something in that space, the talent base is out here. What that gives us is a strategic advantage, that in the enterprise space, you can build today from here for the world, see significant adoption. We have, again, probably with one of Manoj's earlier firms who have invested, SoftBank invested, which is with us as well. Yeah, I always say this, that how much ever we talk tech, conference room technologies and conference stage technologies don't change. So to that extent, it's just proven right. So I think that in the enterprise space, there is a tremendous opportunity to build on par together for the world, along with world collaborations as well. On the enterprise side, what we have seen, and again, Manoj brought up the example of Lenskart. That's again from our portfolio in Chirate. We have FirstCry from Chirate as well. Interestingly, they have gone after geographically adjacent markets, where you can probably quickly assess whether the user behaviors, consumption patterns, disposable incomes are very much similar to India or not. So what then happens is, India anyway becomes a value-conscious market where people are, and the upper echelons of the income pyramid who are actually transacting today are very value-conscious buyers. That product is effectively scalable in some of these markets. So you do find Lenskart, which has gone and created an entire footprint in the APAC, East Asia segment. You have FirstCry, which has gone and dominated today Middle East. So again, look for adjacencies, look for where consumption patterns and user behaviors are similar, and that could potentially be a market which you can tap into.
Again, thanks for this opportunity. I just wanted to build on what Anup said. And again, when we started at SAP, we consider ourselves as a startup because we started with just 100-member team in Bangalore, and just fast forward, we are close to 17,000 employees across 5 different locations in India. Ever since we started our startup program way back in 2016, one of the premises was really look at core deep tech startups who are in enterprise tech. And that time, it was a huge challenge. Out of the 800 applications that we received, out of that, only 15 were actually the deep tech core enterprise tech startups. Just fast forward, if I really look at now, a significant number of startups who are applying for our program are core, deep tech, enterprise tech startups. I think things have completely changed. And again, one of the things that we really look at is creating that technology IP from India. And most of our startups, the startups who are working with us, I think we take them to global markets. I think that's something which is very unique. Again, I consider this as an advice to each one of you. There are programs which are out there in the market which would help you, really help you to scale your opportunities, scale your workforce, scale the solutions that you are building, and take to different markets outside India. I think that's something that we have to really, really look forward. Again, I'm of the kind of believer that there are multiple orbits of growth, and you have to be right in the correct orbit to get the escape velocity to move to the next orbit. I think that's something at SAP, we've been doing it. The SAP Startup Studio over the last 7 years, we curated close to 67 startups, created close to 250 million in capital infusion for those startups. 2 of those startups are unicorns. And again, there is a huge, huge opportunity for deep tech, enterprise tech startups in India. I think that's something that all of us really, really need to look out for.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you. You know, India has about 110, 120 unicorns. And as I meet all of them, and I'm sure all of you will also turn into unicorns in times to come, as I meet many of them, majority are going global. And I really feel very, very inspired by them because they have guts, they have courage, they are bold, brave to do so. Because it was not like this, India was not like this 10, 20 years back. And I thought now, at least we can share with you one important tip to grow global. One important tip which you should keep in mind before you take a decision, before you finalize your plan of action to go global. And the important idea which I want to share with you is the idea of the most affordable business model. From the people who have gone out of India and become global, by that I don't mean that they're in 100 countries, I mean maybe they're in 10 countries, 20 countries, 30 countries. The business model is tech-based, and business model on cost efficiency is best in the world, which is lowest cost in the world. And therefore, those businesses can easily settle in any part of OECD countries because the cost base is in India. The cost structure is India-based, rupee-based. And they make dollars in terms of their revenue in dollars. So, for example, just to give you one or two examples, at Airtel, we sell our voice and data for 15 paisa per minute and per MB in India, and we make 55% EBITDA margin from that 15 paisa, which means 8 paisa EBITDA margin out of 15 paisa. Now, and of course, in other countries in Africa, etc., the cost is a bit higher. Because this is a licensed industry, it's not easy to go to many countries because you have to get license, etc. It's a regulated industry. But companies like Lenskart, as you took example, is in 12 countries in Asia Pacific. The business model is so affordable, so high quality. The product, the frames, the lenses, and the powered sunglasses are so good quality but affordable. And therefore, taking leadership across Asia Pacific will not be a problem. May take some time, but will not be a problem. Similarly, Ola. I remember when Ola Cabs was launched in Australia, one ride in Sydney was equivalent to many rides in Bangalore in terms of revenue. But the cost of that platform or software development was in India. So I think that makes the business profitable and the business model easily transportable to across the world. So my request to you, all of you, is that please do make your business model most unique and most business affordable if you want to go global. Because then it will be so easy for you to go global, starting with big markets first, so that you can have a bigger share in those markets and have large revenues and profits. And then, of course, then go to medium and small markets later.
Compliance and governance from the beginning, right? In whichever every aspect, it is a must.
Again, since we're sort of, this is quite a generic answer, but generalizing this for enterprise tech, find your PMF, find your customer love and product iterations in India, then go global. That is effectively PMF, post-PMF. For consumer enterprise companies, become operationally profitable in your core country, dominant in India, then try and go global.
I think from my perspective, focus, which is very, very important, because just because you are in enterprise space, do not try to build everything for an organization, right? I have seen startups since they have a good tech team, they try to build out of scratch, then their spend management, claim processing for internally, right? That's always this challenge, right? Since I have a good IT team in-house, I would really like to build the end-to-end stack. Please do not do that. There are synergies that you can find from market. There are partnerships that you can build. Please build on your focus. Please build on your competency and just go behind that. That's one piece of advice that I would give to you.
Well, thank you, Anzi. Another very important issue which founders like you have confronted with is talent. When I go global, do I take Indian talent with me? And that's a very important issue which they deal with. Sometimes they take a lot of Indian talent there, sometimes they mix it up, sometimes they don't take Indian talent. So I thought we'd share our experiences of various ventures we have seen. I remember when I went to Africa, it was an acquisition of $10.7 billion in 17 countries. I took out of 6,000 people I took 60 people from India, which is 1% was Indian talent. And they understood our way of working, they understood the model, they understood how we grow, how we make money, and I think they were able to disseminate the culture and the model to everyone else. But we gave a lot of respect and a lot of stature and respect and stature to all the African talent, and not only African, there were 55 nationalities who worked with me. And one advice I gave to Indian talent who went with me was that cross-cultural sensitivity is very, very important. Please be very important, because you will meet 55 nationalities. Every nationality has its own culture, own sensitivity, so be careful. So we did sessions for all our Indian colleagues so that they can respect other cultures fully, so that nobody feels alienated that it's an so-called Indian company who's trying to take over. So be very careful. This is cross-cultural sensitivity is definitely a key factor in success outside India.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. I can't say it better than how he said it, but I'll just add that the whole being aware of the whole inclusion and diversity, the whole piece in your business from all aspects, I think is very critical. And the minute we lose the whole, to the point on inclusion, I think it's a downhill from there. And building that culture from the beginning, being very inclusive is absolutely critical. I don't think there's any other way to look at it.
I think in Indian environments, I think at least for the last 25, 30 years, I think we've always, at least in the services industry, we've been out there, right? We've been in multiple geographies, servicing those clients. So we understand this ability of cross-culture. I think today's challenge, or not challenge, but at least the messaging here is because some of the entrepreneurs today probably may be that young that they've not been exposed to cross-culture organizations prior to starting up, right? And hence this messaging about how do you be sensitive to some of those aspects of culture, and how do you look at a buyer in a global market, all of that makes sense. But I like Manoj's construct. I think there needs to be a seeding of Indian talent to take on your culture and imbibe it in that geography. But I think those people who go there should also be able to adopt and almost become a local, right? So today we do find a lot of Japanese and Korean, business folks who are leading businesses in India for their parent organizations, completely immersed in the Indian culture. They in fact go back and have Indian food back in their countries as well. I've seen that happening quite often. So to that extent, I think we also need to sort of extend our ability to adapt. But I think it's a healthy mix of Indian culture and probably a customer-facing talent who's more local, which can strike a balance when you enter a new market.
Yeah, I think I completely agree on the point. Again, a lot of customization, a lot of different flavoring of the solutions can come from the different geographies, and you definitely need that flavor to come from the talent out there. And for many of the startups that we are currently working with, right, the core tech stack, the platform is built out of India, but then the customization team or the extra application extension teams are based out of the different geographies. I think that's a very good model from my point of view. I think, again, completely echo with what Kritika and Anoop said. We definitely need the right mix of people and talent to scale your solution to kind of a global market.
Oh, thank you. That was fantastic. Last input which I wanted to share with all of you was that each country has a different regulation, rules, policies, and before you enter a market, it's very, very important to understand the rules, regulations, policies very, very carefully. Because I've seen some companies go to other countries and they stumble within a year or two, and sometimes the stumble is big, which is not, which is quite avoidable if you're careful. And it's very important. The way to avoid it is that get your senior people to personally embrace all these new regulations, etc., which may be different from India. And if the senior people really understand and imbibe them personally, understand the implications personally, then I think they'll be able to definitely not stumble in those countries. And actually, you're there to do business and make money. I mean, you can't get into issues like regulations, etc. And as Kritika said rightly, get the compliances from day one. Any other thoughts?
No, I just want to wish everyone all the very best in your journeys, and great to be here.
No, indeed, I think it's fabulous. We've gone through the kind of innovations and the startups who are waiting to be honored on the stage. Just excited for the evening.
Yeah, the same, I think, personally, I've been involved in many of these conversations. The kind of number of GCCs who are setting up their development centers in India is huge. For SAP, Bangalore is the largest development center across the world. I think that is a clear testament on the fact that India is a growing location. And again, for SAP, India is also the fastest growing market. So there is a huge opportunity also getting unleashed right here. And again, the advice to each one of you is to make sure that you have a good play in that market, good play in that system, and then leverage the maximum out of it.
Great. So before we end, a last input I've already shared, that you are very, very blessed that you are in India, because India offers you a scale which very few countries, very few markets in the world can offer to you. And therefore, if you build on this scale and gain economies of scale from India, and then build on those economies in other parts of the world, I can tell you, you will be a very successful and a very profitable company in future. So good luck. And I'd like to once again thank Piyush to invite us to this fireside. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ma'am. But please stay on just for a tiny little moment. We would like to extend you all with a small token of our appreciation. And for the same, may I please call upon Mr. Siddharth Tipnis, Partner and Technology Sector Leader, Deloitte India. Love that burst of energy that you guys are adding to the evening, right? Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. What an insightful, informative, and a learning session that was. Well, if you let me speak, I will let you play. Come on, let's have that deal. Let's find a common ground. All right, before we go any ahead in this show, we would, of course, want the stage to be absolutely empty and ready for our next person who's coming up on stage. Someone really, really special. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the 18th edition of Deloitte Technology Fast 50 Awards. How are we doing? Yes? Come on, let's wake up. Let's get the energy going in the room because, well, we've got to give the biggest round of applause to the next person coming up on stage. Someone really special from the family of Deloitte, a new leader, one of the youngest, smartest, and popular leaders in India right now. He is a strong advocate of technology, innovation, and human creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome on stage Mr. Romal Shetty, CEO, Deloitte South Asia.
Thank you. And of course, I had a lot of adjectives, smart, and it's always nice to hear some of those things once in a while. My team doesn't think of it in that way, but at least in these occasions, I do get. But so a very, very warm welcome to all of you. This is special because this is the 18th edition, as you've heard. A number of people apply for the Tech Fast 50 Awards. A select few are honored and recognized. So a big round of applause for each of you because you're special, right? You're absolutely special. I was called special a few times, but trust me, I think you're the ones who are really special. In the past, we've of course had, we've had InMobi come in. We identified as Deloitte. We identified Swiggy. We identified Zomato. So we've identified some really good companies that have come in that have, of course, gone on to chart history. And we're proud in this area of tech innovation that as Deloitte, we've been identifying what I call as the young kids on the block, all ready to make the next big leap. And for us as a country, and when we look at it, right, India is, Manoj spoke about India being the place to be and the scale. But if we just reflect back, India has been phenomenal. We're doing very well. Where our economy is doing, it's the one bright spot in the world. But if you just take a step back and say, what innovations has India done? And what has made us world-class companies? You're not going to get too many things on your fingertips. This is a bit controversial, but I would say that, right? Because we probably, if you take an Apple, and Samsung, you'll see and hope there's no Samsung lovers of phone here, but just see the value that has been created. And I think this is very important, innovation for India to take the next leap. I think faster, cheaper, better, India is going to do, and India has done it. I think we've dusted it. But now is to take to the next level, which is really saying really high-tech innovation, whether it's in terms of space, whether it's in terms of semiconductors, whether it's in anything else. But India has come up with certain things. The India stack, I mean, we always like to claim credit, right? But Bangalore is the place for the India stack, really, in some sense, right? That was built here and, of course, went into different places. And, I was giving a statistic that was, I thought was mind-boggling, that the two or three things that happened with the GST coming in, our goods and services tax. People, of course, blame GST for many things, but I'll tell you the good part about GST, the part about FASTag. Most of you have seen FASTag, right? And of course, the infrastructure that was built, because with any digital infrastructure, physical infrastructure is also important. So if you take FASTag, I don't know if you know, but we used to collect 80 crores a day. We collect 80 crores a day last year in FASTag across India. This year it is 200 crores, inching towards 200 crores. Now, it's not necessary our vehicular traffic has gone and the number of vehicles have just gone 2.5 times. It's digital and transparency has increased. Right? That has led. First is that. Second is, our waiting time in the FASTag used to be about 12 minutes. It's come down to 47 seconds. You know what that translates into? 17,000 crores of fuel is saved. 17,000 crores of fuel is saved. Now, pretty, interesting innovation, but just see the impact on waiting time, on productivity, on the environment. And today, we don't take money on the infrastructure side. Mr. Gadkari's department doesn't take any money from anybody else to build new roads. These are all self-funded. So phenomenal innovations, right? And I think with, of course, the payments and others, India is clearly sort of really there. So today is really about, in some sense, sort of seeing how each of you, honoring each of you, and seeing how this can be taken at a different scale and a different level. All right, and we want to ensure that as Deloitte, we of course recognize you, but we also want to, in the past what we've done is we've obviously recognized and stayed there. But now, as Deloitte, what we also want to do is to ensure that where you need our help, that is whether with connecting with new investors, funding, for example, helping with our own clients. A lot of our clients may have requirements, so do a little bit of matchmaking, right? And so we're playing a little bit of Cupid as well to ensure that you get those opportunities. And that's what we're trying to do as Deloitte. I hope there are a couple of other reasons why we'd like to also, why we wanted all of you to come together. We could have done all of this virtually as well. No problem today is going to be solved by one single company, one single organization. It requires an orchestra of people to come together. I do hope that you use this opportunity to know some of your compatriots better, because connecting the dots as entrepreneurs, connecting the dots is an extremely important skill. You have that, you have the risk-taking ability, but you also have the connecting the dots ability. If you can connect dots with your different award winners here, I think you can also do something. It's not necessarily everything has to be done alone. So I do hope at the end of it, you make a lot more friends and effectively leverage each other's strengths as well. But like I said, this is a special award. You're special. You've done something special. Now take it to the next leap. But I would add, as I think Kritika very rightly mentioned, please don't compromise ever on governance, on ethics, on integrity. You want to grow fast, move fast, get your processes, but have your controls in place to ensure you do all the right things. And one of the things is the impact for the country. If there is, we did a study about 10 years, 15 years back, 10 years back. It took 30 companies. It took the most successful companies in the world at that point of time, all right? And there were a few criteria that we looked at, turnover and other things, but some others as well. And said 30 companies over 30 years, what made them successful? There were really three very simple points, and just to simplify it. One was the idea or the proposition what this company had was unique. It's not easy to be copied. People couldn't just copy it. You couldn't just make it. The second thing was all of them, and I'm talking where a company was in the 80s as well to 2010. It was technology enabled. And third was scale. So whatever your solutions you do, it's very important to be scalable. And I think that's what, I think the last jury spoke about scalability as well. So really, best wishes, congratulations to all of you. I think it's a fantastic recognition of your capabilities. And of course, like I said, feel free, Deloitte's there to help you. And it's 18 years we've been doing this. Please also do something for the country. As you do for your businesses, do something for the country, because tech can solve problems at scale that nobody else can. So thank you very much, and best wishes.
Thank you so much, sir, for that really, really warm and inspiring address. And like he said, yes, let's use tech to not just, take our companies ahead, but to take India ahead. And that's a thought that I'm going to take forward. And when you also mentioned the fact that we're here to not just celebrate tonight, but we're also here to come together as a community and to, truly find value in our bonds this evening to take technology farther ahead. So before we go any further, I think it's this moment where we first need to reveal the big trophy that's going to be coming out to all of you industry disruptors. But before we get on to the trophy reveal, I have to reveal to you another very special person who's here with us this evening, our chief of guests, Dr. Charan Gurumurthy. Let's give him a round of applause. And to tell you a little bit about him before we get him up on stage, with our self-reliant sentiment building up to the self-manufacturing story, India is being hawk-eyed by the global semiconductor ecosystem for a while. But now the pace of action is unprecedented. Dr. Gurumurthy is leading the India Semicon and Tech Frontier as the head of Tata Semiconductor Assembly Test. And it will be very interesting to understand his views on how emerging tech companies can elevate our economy not only through semiconductor and smart manufacturing, but also by shouldering innovative solutions for pressing crisis across borders. Well, we can't wait to hear more on that. But first, it's time for our big trophy reveal, and I would request our chief guest of this evening, Dr. Charan Gurumurthy, to kindly join us on stage, and also request Mr. Romal Shetty to please come back and do the big reveal this evening for all of us. It's going to appear from somewhere really majestic. edition of Deloitte Technology Fast 50 Awards 2023. Woo! All right, if I could request both of you to step forward, take this and place it on the podium. sir, please do take your seats. We would love for you to stay back on stage. What an honor for you to be here this evening with us, sir.
When Romal and I was invited on this stage, I thought maybe we should have done that dance. We would have done good, but these guys were a teensy bit better, so I thought we made the right choice. Good evening. Great pleasure to be here. Charan Gurumurthy, and I was just introduced, and honored to be here. And sorry I came late, thanks to Bangalore traffic, but fantastic to see the. I heard about some of the innovations that have come with the entrepreneurs that are sitting here. Truly impressed. And I thought while I was coming, I was bringing my thoughts together. There are a few things that I want to say. The first thing is, many of you may know that I returned to India after close to 30 years in the United States, just recently, about 9 months ago. And when I came to India, I visit India very often. So one of the times I came to India, I went to a shop, bought something, and I was paying for what I bought. And so the guy looked at me and said, "Are you an NRI?" I said, like, for all practical purposes, I look better Indian than even a local Indian. Like, why would you call me an NRI? Then the same evening, I went to a cobbler, and then I fixed my shoes and everything. You know, I bring a lot of old shoes and get things fixed because India it is cheaper. So then when I was paying for it, the guy said, like, "Are you an NRI?" It shocked me. Like, what is it about me that people just look at me and say, "Are you an NRI?" Right? Then I couldn't control my inquisitiveness. I asked the cobbler, like, "How do you know I'm an NRI?" They said, like, "Dude, somebody who pays with a credit card or who pays with a cash in India has to be an NRI." Right? So now with UPI, there is no concept of paying cash anymore. There is no concept of paying with a credit card anymore. And anybody who does that must be an NRI. An Indian looking must be an NRI. Right? The digital transformation and the way India adopted digital is just phenomenal. And even coming from the United States, I've had the fortune of traveling to close to 100 countries as a part of my business responsibilities. What India has done is truly, truly outstanding, right? So that actually made me think, why am I not in the place where things are happening, right? So that motivated me to come back and of course bring semiconductors and anchor semiconductor in India. So that's the thought that came to me while I was driving here. There are a few other thoughts that I wrote down that I want to share with you. And I truly believe that India will be a heartland of technology, innovations, etc. And that's going to transform the economic landscape. And I want to tell you that I was Googling about India's technology startup as I was coming here. Truly fascinating. 27,000 startup and third largest startup ecosystem in the world, second highest number of unicorns generated in the country is truly phenomenal. That's something that we should feel really, really proud of, right? I want a word of applause to the entrepreneurs here and everywhere in India for a phenomenal achievement. So it's something that is truly motivating to me, and I know I made the right choice by coming here, and I saw the light at the right time. And also the other thing that all these statistics has redefined the way the global perception of India. You know, when I first in the early 90s, when I traveled to the United States, they ask you, like in India, do they do snake charmers and everything? These are the kind of things that India was known for. Then IT became popular. Now truly, right, with the leadership that we did in the G20 and landing a craft on the southern side of the moon when nobody else had even attempted and failed, these phenomenal achievements have changed the narrative of how the rest of the world looks at India. And entrepreneurs like you is what really make that happen. So I want to thank you for making the nation proud with your accomplishments. And also I want to talk about the things of all the tech entrepreneurship that I studied, the type of people that are rewarded today, is not just simple apps and services, but solving real world problems across multiple market segments. And to me, like I've been an innovator myself, at least I have like 58 patents to my credit. And I learned about innovation. Two things really stuck me in my innovation journey. The first thing is, some of you may know, when I finished my PhD from Cornell, I worked at IBM Research, TJ Watson Research in Yorktown Heights. And it was a phenomenal place, the building-wise and the location-wise. It's located in the Taconic State Parkway, close to the New York City, and it's just an outstanding facility for research. And I come working with Professor Hoy was one of my advisors, and he did his PhD from Harvard under Hutchinson. Some of you may know that Harvard is really known for mathematics. Sometimes I wonder, did I do my PhD in material science or even mathematics? This guy, if you ask him what is 1 + 1, he would make a Jacobian out of it and solve a tensor calculus, right? For him, is everything in this world is just he brings it down to mathematics. Although he was in the solid, he worked on theoretical and applied mechanics. One day I got so frustrated, I removed the word applied from his title because he's just a theoretical guy. So working with somebody like that, right, I come with the attitude that everything has to be solved in a very rigorous way. So I joined IBM. We had to optimize a circuit, and then being the mathematical skills that I've gained in Cornell, I said, like, give me a day, and I'm going to solve a differential problem and optimize this beautifully. And the guy that I worked with is like maybe 35 years senior to me. He said, yeah, okay. So the next day I come solving all differential equations, showing like 3 pages of calculation and proudly display to him like how I've solved this problem. He took me to the lab, connected some things, put up a few potentiometers, just do this here and there, and said, yeah, this is optimized now. And his solution was probably like 98, 99% close to the exact solution that I came with. And he told me something that I remember for life. He said, like, Charan, my young friend, I know you have a PhD and you want a theoretical approach to everything. But when a cat is trying to get a prey, it's not solving a differential equation, right? So that told me that innovation is not about like doing things like a very rigorous and exact way. It's about being very creative and thinking about simplistic way of doing. Another thing that always stuck in my life is that there was one time I was in Japan, and so I heard about there was automated bottling units. They had a massive problem that they couldn't solve for months. And the problem was that some few of the bottles never got filled, right? And they put it to their R&D team, and the R&D team, and after 3-4 months of effort, they came back with an X-ray that these bottles will go through an X-ray and they will detect is a bottle filled or not. When they were trying to implement this outstanding solution, they found the problem had gone away. And then they wondered, like, after all this effort over 3-4 months, how did the problem go away? And then they went in and re-audited the line. There was a technician sitting at the very end of the line whose job is to pick the final bottle and put it into a box. And he had heard of this problem, and all he did, there was a table fan that was cooling him. He turned the table fan on the bottle. So any bottle that was not filled was so light, it will be pushed away by the table fan. And so those went out, and the rest he just put it in, and he solved the problem, and he knows he was segregating good versus bad, right? So all I want to say is that, like, innovation is not about thinking some real rocket science and everything. Like, simplicity and simpler approach gets to the problem. I always remember these things and think about simple approaches, not like really complex way, right? When United States had a problem that when they were sending man to the space, you cannot write because the ink wouldn't write because gravity isn't there, right? So they developed, they put $3 million and developed this pen. And the Russians had the same problem. They used a pencil, right? So similar to that, I think like most of you, when I read some of your profiles, I was very impressed that it's very innovative, very creative, but very humble, very simple in the approach that it has taken. So I want to thank you for that. And also I heard about the Startup India campaign that the government has, and I was quite impressed with the kind of incentives provided, fiscal incentives and so on, to encourage, so which is very important because I remember when I was in high school and trying to get into college, I was told, be an engineer or a doctor, or you have one more choice, be a beggar on the street, right? So these were the type of choices that were given. Today, India has changed so much. We encourage, somebody wants to be a singer and really have the passion of it, go off and do. But passion by itself won't cut it. You need to have some real competence in the area. If I go in and say I want to become, my passion is to become the world's best swimmer, that's good, but I need to bring in competency. And competency, to some extent, comes from extreme amount of dedication and hard work. That is what I see in the profiles that I read, are the people that are being honored here. And I want to thank you for what you have done, and I want to really encourage you for what you have done. You have made the country proud with your accomplishments, and I'm also extremely delighted to be here and share your success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll request you to please stay back. Just 1 minute. No, not at all. But before we let you go, thank you so much for finding precious time and joining us this evening. To extend a small token of our appreciation, I would request Mr. Romal Shetty to come back up on stage and extend him with our warmest regards. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally that moment this evening that we've all been waiting for. You know, being a startup takes a lot of courage. There are a lot of risk takers in this room. There are a lot of people who have the attitude that they don't want to ever give up. And that is a habit that is very hard to cultivate, but a great habit to have for the rest of your life, because that is what takes a company from this to this to this to this. And sky is the limit, right? So tonight we celebrate each one of you for your creativity, your innovation, your passion, your drive to succeed, and of course, to do something out of the box. Because tonight we have here with us top 50 companies from across India. So come on, let's first give yourselves a big, big round of applause, because this is huge. And as we dive into our first set of awards, our first category tonight is going to be of data and analytics tech. And to present our first set of awards, please help me welcome on stage Mr. P.N. Sudarshan, Partner and Corporate Responsibility Leader, and joining him, Kritika Murugesan from NASCOM. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, put your hands together, make some noise, and welcome our first winner this evening, the Math Company Private Limited. Well, lovely to begin this evening with ladies taking this army forward. Come on, let's keep that applause going tonight. Every moment in this room needs to be celebrated, because we're all really, really special. We worked hard to get here, and we want to make most of tonight. Of course, don't forget to take enough pictures. And remember to use the hashtag. Who's going to tell me what the hashtag was? Come on. Yes? Tech? 2023. Yes, it is. Tech Fast 50 IN 2023. That's the hashtag we are using for the rest of the evening. Moving on to our next winners. Please give it up for KPI Partners India Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's also continue to put our hands together and make some noise for our next winner this evening. Please welcome Commerce IQ. Congratulations. And last one in this category, let's give it up for Tiger Analytics India Consulting Private Limited. Congratulations. Yes, thank you so much. Please do take your seats. Thank you. Moving on to our next category, but first help me invite our presenters, Mr. Manoj Kohli, Advisor Deloitte, and Ms. Tapati Ghosh, Partner Tax Deloitte. And they will be presenting for Digital and Cloud Tech category. So without further ado, let's welcome our winners in this category. Make some noise and welcome App Inventive Technologies Private Limited. Congratulations. Moving on, let's give it up for Blaze Clan Technologies Private Limited, our next winner in the category of Digital and Cloud Tech. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner in this category, please give it up for Unthinkable Solutions LLP. Congratulations. We next move into the category of Farm Tech. I would request you to stay back. No, please stay back. And let's get the winners up on stage for this one. Let's give it up for Big Heart Agro Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's give it up for our next winners in the same category, Shifu Agritech Private Limited. Our next winner in the same category, please give it up for ECSO Global Private Limited. All right, congratulations to all the winners so far. Thank you, thank you. Please do take your seats. Moving on to the next category of FinTech, and to give away the awards in this category, please put your hands together and help me invite on stage Mr. Vinay Prabhakar, Partner and Leader, Sales Alliance and Pursuits Excellence, Deloitte. And also, please, joining him on stage, let's give her a big round of applause. Ananti Amarnath, Partner, Deloitte. Let's welcome both of them on stage. And our first winner in this category, please give it up for Def Macro Software Private Limited. Congratulations. Moving on, let's invite our next winner, Girnar Insurance Brokers Private Limited. Next winner, please give it up for Innoviti Technologies Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's welcome our next winners. Give it up for Mintify FinServe Private Limited. Let's put our hands together for our next winners in the category of FinTech itself, Portfolio Software Solutions Private Limited. Applause to all the winners so far. Thank you so much. Please do take your seats. All right. Well, we still have abundant awards to give away tonight. And there's going to be a big grand group photograph at the end of it. So, well, don't go anywhere before that happens. But first, band Oxygen. Let's give them the limelight for a while, right? It's time for them to take it away. Go for it. Short and sweet, guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, I thought you'll take it away, like literally take it away for a couple of hours. Okay, so nice of you. They do allow me to speak once in a while. All right, let's dive back into our next set of awards. And our next set of awards are Health Tech category. We'll start with. And to present these awards, please put your hands together and help me invite on stage Mr. Devashish Mishra, Chief Growth Officer. And joining him, Saraswati Kasturi Rangan, Chief Happiness Officer. All right, our first winner, Medica Bazaar. Let's give it up for Boston Ivy Healthcare Solutions Private Limited. Congratulations. All right, he's waiting for his colleague to come. Come on, run up faster. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner in the category of health tech. Let's give it up for Indigene Private Limited. Congratulations. We next move into the Impact Tech category, and our first winner is Signy Energy Private Limited. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner in the same category. Let's give it up for New Space Research and Technologies Private Limited. Our next winner, give it up for Talent Sprint Private Limited. Thank you, ma'am. All right, with that, we move into the next category of lending tech. And to give out these awards, please help me welcome on stage Saloni Roy, Partner Tax Deloitte, and joining us, K.R. Sekar, Partner Tax Deloitte. All right, let's get on with our first winner in this category. Please make some noise for Flexi Loans, Epimoney Private Limited. Congratulations, let's give it up for our next winner, Len Den Club, Innofin Solutions Private Limited. Moving on to our next category, logistics tech, and for that our first winner is Express Bees, Busy Bees Logistics Solutions Private Limited. some noise for our next winner, Move in Sync Technology Solutions Private Limited. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We now move into the category of Med Tech, and to give out these awards, please put your hands together and help me welcome on stage Mr. Jahil Thakkar, Joint Partner, Marketing Brand Communications Leader, and Chandrasekhar Mantha, Partner, Media Sector Leader. And let's give it up for our first winner in this category. Make some noise for Cure.ai Technologies Private Limited. Let's welcome our next winner in the same category, Z4 Technologies Private Limited. Next we get into the MarTech category of awards, and our first winner is Mind Tickle Interactive Media Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's welcome our next winner, Samarth Technologies Private Limited, for Magic Pin. Next winner in the category of MarTech, give it up for Value Leaf Services India Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's give it up for our next winner, Web Engage, Web Clipper Technologies Private Limited. Thank you. Congratulations, congratulations. Let's also have a big round of applause to all the winners so far. Thank you, gentlemen. Please do take your seats. And I think these guys are doing a fantastic job, right? Should we give them a little bit of a limelight one more time? Yes? Whatever you guys decide. We should, right? All right, take it away.
free to sing along. Once Mars, I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. With my sunglasses down, I'll show it to you. It's never the right time. Ooh, I put my arm around and we're stronger, yeah. I put my arm around and show you that, yeah. I'm unstoppable. I'm a partial in my ways. I'm invincible. Yeah, I will everything again. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo. That was really short and sweet and really powerful too. I love Sia and I love that song, Unstoppable. I think that's the spirit in the room tonight anyway. All right, let's get the continuation of celebrations and awards. And to present our next set of awards, please put your hands together and help me invite on stage Deepti Sagar, Chief People and Experience Officer, and joining her, Deepa Sheshadri, Partner and CIO Program Leader. And we get into People Tech Awards category, and our first winner is Baldor Technologies Private Limited for IDFI. Correction there, it's ID5. Let's give ID5 a big round of applause. Come on. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner in the same category, let's give it up for Darwin Box Digital Solutions Private Limited. Come a little forward. We'll get a proper light. Now we move into the next category of GXO in Tech. And our first winner is Zip Electric. Did I get that right? I did. All right, Buy-Side Share Technologies Private Limited. Let's have you guys up on stage. Congratulations. And let's make some noise for our next winner, Cash Crore and Earn Crore, 40 Pounds India Private Limited. Congratulations. Moving on to the next winner in the same category. Let's give it up for Reflections Info Systems Private Limited. Well, congratulations, winners so far. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. Please do take your seats. Moving on to our next category, we now move into the manufacturing tech. And to present these awards, may I please request Anzi Mohammed of SAP Labs to kindly come up on stage, and also joining him, Mr. Rajiv Singh, Partner Consumer Leader, Deloitte. Let's give it up for our first winner, Instant Procurement Services Private Limited for Procmart. Congratulations, winners. Moving on to our next winner. Let's give it up for Moglix, Mowgli Labs India Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's make some noise and welcome our next winner up on stage, Atero Recycling Private Limited. Atero Recycling is in the category of Sustainability Tech Awards. Congratulations. Let's make some noise. Come on, put your hands together and welcome Recycle Rapid Technologies Private Limited. Let's make some noise for our next winner in the same category of Sustainability Tech. Let's give it up for SG Analytics Private Limited. Thank you, gentlemen. Please do take your seats. Thank you, sir. All right, a quick update. I know we all want pictures of this event to go back with us. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting a media kit tomorrow, which would also have a link access to a drive from where you can download all the pictures of this fantastic evening. So well, for those of you who do miss out on taking personal pictures, we will make sure that you get a proper one tomorrow. Moving on to our next category of Transformation Tech, and to present the awards in this category, please give it up for Anoop Menon, Principal Investment from Chirate, and joining him on stage, Sri Kumar V, Partner, Deloitte. welcome our first winner in Transformation Tech, Cellular Technologies Private Limited. Congratulations. Let's put our hands together and welcome our next winner, Mindfire Digital LLP. Congratulations. Let's welcome our next winner. Come on, make some noise, put your hands together. Q-Burst Technologies Private Limited. Congratulations, and on to the last winner of this category. Let's give it up for Successive Technologies Private Limited. Congratulations. And thank you, gentlemen. Please do take your seats. All right, all right, all right. एक बार फिर से तालियां हो जाएं for all our fantastic winners, our industry disruptors, all those people who have persevered through the years to be here tonight. Congratulations. And once again, I think it's time for this band, this beautiful, loving band that does not let me speak, take over for the next few minutes.
Okay, so the next song is my personal favorite, and I'm pretty sure that you guys know this song. I want you all to singing along with me. Ooh. I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. This is when I God I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You heard my voice, hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake your ground. You held me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, I hear that sound. I got the eye of the tiger, the fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me Thank you.
Woo! That was really short and sweet. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. They've been doing their best to keep the energy going up in the room and played some fantastic tracks for those of you who follow pop, classical, rock, and I don't know, all different kinds of music songs tonight. So come, without further ado, let's dive into our last 5 big awards for this evening, shall we? Yes? Yes? Yes, all right. And to do the honors of presenting these fast 5 awards, as we call them. Please put your hands together and help me invite on stage Mr. Romal Shetty, CEO, Deloitte, South Asia, and our guest of honor this evening, Dr. Charan Gurumurthy, Head of Tata Semiconductor Assembly Test. All right. Last 5 awards, guys. Come on, let's give it all our energy. Let's really pump up the room. And let's begin with Farmart Service Private Limited. Our first winner. Do we have Farmart here? Farmart Services Private Limited. Yes, this is why I need to speak. Lovely. Come on, let's put our hands together. Let's use the energy.
Delicious smell of your favorite food. But you know, life's real joy is in sharing. Sharing with your loved ones, your people, your community. The world of food connects us all. We are bound by flavors rooted in our rich culture. The world of food begins with our farmer friends. They pick the best quality seeds and practices. They provide timely care and nourish the crop. Season after season, the whole community comes together. Each person helps to share the load. The next stop in the journey, India's enterprising food manufacturers. Transforming the farmer's labor into nourishment. Processing and packaging nature's abundance. These are craftsmen of high quality, practicing utmost safety. These are the people behind the world of food. They feed, they nourish the world. They sow, they nurture, and they harvest. They journey far and wide to ensure fresh food gets to us. The people behind the world of food, they are the most powerful community. They put food on our tables, from Amma's fluffy idlis to Dad's special Rajma chawal. Ah, the delicious smell of your favorite food.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Congratulations, Farmart. Moving on to our next big winner this evening, let's give it up for Mensa Brands.
Founder of Mensa Brands. I wanted to start by thanking Deloitte for including us in the Fast 50 list. At Mensa, we're trying to build a global tech-led house of brands. We're a 2.5-year-old company, and we are really driving hard to build global brands from India for the world in a very tech-led manner. We focus on product development, we focus on growth hacking, and we focus on how to build brands both online and offline, and it's really worked well for us. Thank you for including us in this list.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner in this category. Let's give it up for Redcliffe Life Tech Private Limited. Congratulations. Moving on to our next winner this evening. Let's give it up for Savio Health Tech Private Limited. Congratulations.
Good evening. India is considered the pharmacy of the world, but our pharmacies who are fulfilling 86% of this $32 billion pharma industry are struggling to fulfill even 60% of the prescription. Present example, a B2B vertical pharma marketplace with a name that no prescription shall bounce in India. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations. And on to the next one. Let's give it up for Zepto, Kirana Card Technologies Private Limited.
I want to take a second to actually internalize this. This is a big deal. It's a massive milestone, and it's all because of you guys. Let's give a big round of applause.
It's incredibly exciting and humbling to be part of the LinkedIn top companies list in 2023. It's not easy to build a company that's doing thousands of crores in annual sales in just 18 to 20 months. And the only reason we're here is because of the quality of the team that we brought on board. That to me is the fundamental tenet of a world-class team at a world-class organization.
99% of the credit just goes to the team, and other than I can take that remaining 1% for being able to hire them. The team motivates me to get out of bed every day just because all of them make me a lot smarter. I'm very excited to continue building an institution over the decades to come with all of these fantastic folks that we have on the team.
Woo! All right, so those were our last five and top five, however you would say it. But well, I think all of us tonight were literally the proud owners of the awards this edition of the 18th edition of Deloitte Technology Fast 50 Awards this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And before we close the evening, we would have someone really special come up and present a vote of thanks. So please help me welcome on stage the Chief Growth Officer, Debashish Mishra, who has been our guiding force and encouragement to think big, better, and bold. And now on to some bold words before we end this evening.
Working? Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to this wonderful evening, recognizing some really young, energetic and passionate individuals, entrepreneurs who are the future. And as we move towards, as Honorable Prime Minister Modi is calling it, the Vikasit Bharat, these are the entrepreneurs, this is the energy which will take India to the next orbit. As we close the 18th edition of Deloitte Tech Fast 50, I must thank a lot of people for making this possible. I'll start with the guest of honor. That was wonderful, sir. The simple messages of the simplicity of innovation and importance of innovation, and the humbleness that you bring in in terms of your 30 years of experience, 58 patent, but that really encourages all these young entrepreneurs to have that hunger and stay humble. My next set of thanks, this would not have been possible without the wonderful jury. I believe the 2-hour session that you had, it was a big hit, and the pearls of wisdom that you guys gave to these guys, also the fireside chat that you had, that was really wonderful, and these wisdom will take these entrepreneurs a long way to go. And of course, for all the entrepreneurs, I think for the enthusiastic participation in this event, you guys have a long way to go, and you are indeed the future of this country. And I have to thank the wonderful Deloitte team led by Pius. You have done a wonderful job. I mean, this is way beyond what I was expecting and what was the mandate, and you really done us all proud. Then the hotel staff, the band, MC, all of us are thankful to all of you for making this evening so wonderful. We have also a lot of guests and media. I must thank them as well. And join us for the networking dinner. As Romal mentioned, that having that friendship, having that network is very important. And keep in touch with each other and the community of these entrepreneurs. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's give him a big round of applause. And before we let you guys go, you've got to come up on stage with your trophies for that beautiful, brilliant group photograph. You can't miss this one. So if anyone's missing, call them. Let's get them up on stage. As the band takes over, this is Meghna Kaushik signing off.
Wanna see her? She's a killer. छोटे छोटे